You know, the farmer, you know, everybody says, oh, the farmers get plenty. Well, you know, the farmers, if it's not for the farmers in our area, there won't be no area here. You know, so we have to worry about the farmers. I mean, that's the bottom line. We need the farmers to have the help they need in order, because if they're not here, there's no jobs. There's no jobs, there's nothing. And it'll just dry up to be nothing.
Seed and chemical dealers, I mean, should be selling millions of dollars. Your diesel fuel distributors should be, I mean, you should see diesel trucks running everywhere. That didn't happen. The only diesel was being sold is people pumping the water.
It's more than just people, it's the environment. Many, many dead trees now from the water being up around them so long. The animals, it just devastated.
We're a farming community in North Warren County, so in the spring, my husband and other farmers would be hipping up rows, applying chemicals. Our lives basically revolve around the seasons and farming.
Well, the farmers in the area didn't get a crop planted, and a lot of people that maybe don't have the farming background, they'll see go by a farm headquarters and see a combine, some tractors and equipment and say, well, he got money. They don't realize that just about everything that they see is something somebody's paying on. They don't go buy a $400,000 tractor, they finance it.
A doctor that doesn't see patients doesn't do very well as a doctor. A dentist that doesn't see dental patients doesn't do very well. An attorney that doesn't have clients doesn't do very well. A farmer that cannot farm doesn't do very well.
This flood was a huge impact on the farming industry. And it's in the millions and millions and millions of dollars. This flood will, the impact on the farming aspect will haunt these farmers for years, you know, if they can overcome it.
Finishing a crop is always a very bittersweet thing to me, because it's a relief to be able to slow down, but it stops coming in, you know, the money stops coming in, starts going back out again then. And that is a cycle that repeats itself year after year until 2019. And there was no income. There was no planting a crop. I don't know how to articulate a disruption of that magnitude in your life.
When you're a farmer, that takes a real toll on you. When you're used to a certain pattern and routine, and then all of a sudden, yeah, well, sorry about it, it's not going to happen. It doesn't sit well with you.
And I was amazed. I didn't realize how when people would say, hey, you don't understand, when the farmers don't do good, we don't do good. I took it kind of for granted that what we do is just our way of making a living, but I did not realize quite the impact it had on the day-to-day finances of the community.
That's how we survive, not just the farmers, but the restaurants, all the other businesses in town. If we don't have those farmers, if we don't have the agricultural side of things, none of us are able to make it in this small town. So we depend on them.
We had 2 tractor dealerships, and now we just have 1. But and that makes a lot of difference in a small community. But all the little businesses are really, really affected from this year. People had to cut back in a lot of ways.
My last income last year was February the 14th
in September on my business. So that really affected that. First time in my life I've ever filed sales tax and had to put 0 income on there.
And then the other thing, the worst thing I saw was the wildlife. There's a lot of people that come here, they come here to hunt and fish. The South Delta has huge deer. The duck hunting, the fishing, recreation. This flood devastated not only the deer, the wildlife in general. We don't hardly have any deer left here.
We had over 200 deer, in our orchard for 4 or 5 months, and they had nowhere to go. Just seeing the ribs on them all the time. I mean, they had nothing to eat.
I'd hate to know what happened in the next 3 years if they got another flood. That you can't survive that. You can't make a living like that. That's what I hope it doesn't happen.